let's give the full part of this day. As you can see, we have said a lot of. We're not talking on a myth, so that's not our motive and purpose. But we're actually sharing all these things from our true heart. That if you have this kinds of knowledge and information even with you, then you can also be the person like us. So that's our motive and purpose. So if you guys think that how to become a person like a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, then you have to go through the way of business. You know, a lot of things are over here that we can simply implement our proper strategy or vision. Then we can simply be that person. And but even in that case, if you guys are wanna go ahead through your even your own mentality, then you can also be that person wherever you have once you have to imagine. So would you like to get so you I recommend you person if you have the proper knowledge and you have that kind of wisdom, to lead yourself toward trading. If you have the skill of trading, you know so a lot of people are investing and they are collapsing, their business is collapsing. They feel like they're losing their money through one aspect that kind of uh if you invest, if your investment on all these kinds of useless things, you know so I better it is better if you could start, if you can invest your money in stock markets, shares, capital debentures, or what, stock dividends. If you come to what purchase all these things, and if you apply for all these things, and it's better. It also can be the purpose of, with not purpose of earning money. You can simply, they can be the source of earning money, but simply you can start even your own commencement of your, even your small business can be better. So I think, would you like to get a sleeper body? Would you like to become a sleeper bodybuilder as I am? I'm so slim, guys, and people can't. I just consider myself as a sleeper having a sleeper body. I'm not a bodybuilder, How can I have a bodybuilder? I'm looking like a slim person, a boy, having no muscles, and but I have to go through that is pain, So if I go through this way, then somehow I can get my dream physique. Each and every person can get, even you can get. So that's why it doesn't matter how other people have prospective perceptions toward you, but the only thing you have to remember that you must have to be good, morally and ethically, especially good in your own eyes. So if you are, you know then you can get something better than other people they might not have ever imagined. But you come over here to be that person, and always we used to imagine that we want to see you as that person. So that's why you are over here to still to be that person. So I recommend, I suggest and advise you guys to be that person. Whatever you want to be in your life, then you have to work for that things with some strategy, vision, or that kind of aims and policies you have. Then simply you can get. So I recommend. So you have to be also a hardworking, intelligent, but you have to go with your own strategy. So if you they have high chances of get that opportunities, whatever you want to get in your life. If you go with proper strategy, the implementation is better than you can get. So don't ever hesitate and feel awkward. And also what, you mustn't have to go and talk anyone with your shame. You can just leave all these things and keep out. Talk with each and every person without, you mustn't have to disturb by what, fit mentally. And if you have psychological issues, whenever you come, whenever you go ahead of people, you this is how these kinds of places you come to pressurize yourself to talk with people, you know so what you think about the people, unnecessarily. So that's why it is not better. So talk with anyone naturally, you know. So be the real person, you know. So that's always better. What can I say over here? So as I'm talking in the way that my fluency is improving and some emulation are coming in my fluency, that's really better. So that I have to talk in the way that I have to really, you know. So with that non, if you are non-channel person, what can I do, guys? We cannot do anything for you over here for you. So we just simply is that you have to work on your career and then keep working on our career and without go ahead without any hesitations or coordination. That's always better, you know. So somehow you think like what I'm doing. I feel like I'm wasting my time or something like that. But even in that case, if you feel like you're actually working on a career, you know, without seeing, without that kind of, uh, so it used to be better, you know. But somehow you have lose control from your mind, and then you couldn't able to be that person. But still, you have to restart, rebuild, you know. Anytime, even if you say, you consider yourself as a failure, but you have to work over your career, and that's why you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn the meaning of your life. You know, somehow you can also see some dreams. So the noise among people is really high. So I cannot talk about that things here, but somehow I'm over here to have it. So that's my patience for sure. So if you have patience level, at high on the top of your level. So some similarly that way, you actually you have to walk away care without any hesitations and awkwardness. So that's really appreciating, and it has to be. Even people come to say that you know better. What are you guys are doing over here? Did you get anything even after doing hard work and stay as a that person? Did you get if you feeling like you better? People come to argue and they come to say that in that way, but you just have to neglect all the perceptions of people, then simply learn to hard work. That's always better. Never ever stay behind because of your awkwardness, embarrassment, same. You know, you mustn't have to stay behind because you are over here. So once you what left, once you became aware that these embarrassment psychological things are what they're they have a lot of impactful things upon your mentality, then you simply come to what uh, that can impact your overall efficiency, effectiveness, your knowledge, and whatever is within you, they're gonna stop because of your psychological things. But if you come to work about your career without seems, without anyone's judgments, you don't care about anyone's evaluation judgments, that kind of perspective, perception they have toward even they have toward you, you simply gonna neglect. You just see your what work. So if you have that work, then you can work. So you have to even people don't think about you in the proper way, but you are over here to stay as that person. So I recommend each and every person to stay as the person always struggling, hardworking. A person who is over here to sacrifice a lot of things, even other are not caring about it. But what can I say, guys? So that's kind of perspective and perception I'm over here seeing. So you have to go through it. So if you don't think about seeing that kind of perspective perceptions, then you can simply leave. What can I say? Because you are not thinking about to developing that kind of skills. That kind of communication is always better. If you have communication, then your relationship with each and every person can be better. Not physically. We're not talking about physical things, but the psychological things can be better. They would like to come close with you, even you don't like. So, because that kind of impact goes and spreads among the people within their mentality, these kinds of perspective perception simply spread and come. But you don't care, because you already know that what you have to say in your life, what you have to get. Even after that kind of uh, what something mentalities or something like that, but you are here to get really precious understanding things. You have to get without any hesitation or wonders. So keep working, keep saying, keep watching.